Florida State hosted a major prospect on campus this past week and just may have shot themselves to the top for a five-star wide receiver. Khalid Lockett, a five-star receiver out of Texas, received his offer from Florida State back in January, so they are getting into the mix a little late here, and they wanted to get him on campus pretty quickly. So he took his first ever visit to Florida State this last Saturday, where Mike Norvell and the staff made a big impression on him. So much to the point that I think they've actually shaken things up a good bit in this recruitment. Again, just going off quotes from Lockett himself, he said that the visit really shocked him, that it was one of, if not the best visit he has ever been on. He, of course, talked very highly of Mike Norvell and the approach of person before player that really stuck out to him, and then capped it off by saying that this visit really shot them to the top and now they are a real contender for him. Now, this kind of reaction after just one visit says a lot in my opinion. I mean, especially watching the interview, which is on Word Chant TV and Noles 247, I believe. But his body language and everything, I mean, he's gushing over Florida State here. He plans to take his official visits in the summer, plans to get back to Florida State sometime towards the end of June. He said he's looking to announce a commitment sometime in August. Ohio State, USC, Texas, and LSU are some other schools in the mix for him. And of course, him being a Texas kid, you always got to worry about both Texas and Texas A&M. Those in-state kids are always a tougher pool, but he specifically did say that leaving the state isn't an issue for him, and that he's more than willing to travel anywhere he has to be successful. Speaking of successful, he talked about the way that Florida State used Keon Coleman in a lot of different ways, and that he really likes the way they utilize receivers in this offense. So here he's seen a blueprint of how he'll be used and how he could be successful if he were to end up at Florida State. So you got to love that. And people also forget that Mike Norvell is from Texas, and Florida State, especially back under Jimbo, had a pretty elite pipeline from the state of Texas for recruiting. So hopefully Mike can use his ties and kind of get that back. I think we've seen a lot of Texas targets specifically at wide receiver like Lockett, and even in another top 100 wide receiver in Dalen McCutcheon. So there's a lot of these Texas kids on the board this cycle, along with Lockett. We'll see if they can stay active there and make some pretty hard pulls. Khalid is the number 2 receiver and the number 11 overall player in the entire country. He comes in at 6'2", 175 pounds with a 6'7" wingspan, which is pretty crazy on that kind of frame. So no doubt he would be a huge pull for Mike Norvell and the staff. And again, early on at least, they seem to have made a great first impression. They can keep getting him back on campus and stay active in that one. Watch out for the Noles in this recruitment. Now, Florida State is obviously looking to continue improving their recruiting classes, and they brought in a really good receiver class in 2024. They definitely want to keep bringing in top talent on offense, and Lockett would definitely be a huge addition and a major recruiting win. Florida State is also in on lots of other top wide receiver recruits, and that's another pretty deep board here in 2025. Lots of names, including a guy we just mentioned a second ago in Dalen McCutcheon, but they're also still pushing for five-star receiver Jamie French, Dallas Wilson, CJ Wiley, Joshua Moore, and several others. So there's lots of elite talent out there for the picking. Just got to keep pushing and close. We appreciate you guys tuning into the video. It's always fun to get on here and talk about some five-star prospects, but especially a five-star wide receiver. We'll keep you guys updated for sure, so definitely make sure you drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. We're working on our goal of hitting 1,000 subscribers by kickoff in Ireland, so again, subscribing to the channel definitely means a lot. We'll definitely have some more recruiting videos coming out as the offseason starts to heat back up. So catch you guys on the next one. Go Noles.